I still say they gotta add DK64 and Diddy Kong Racing to the NSO. Anyway, what's up, guys? It's me, the OAF, here at OGF Gaming. Currently, it's 1,300 hours. It's 1,300 hours, 1 minute past, so 1:01 p.m. locally in the Eastern Time Zone. April 12th, 2024. We're going to continue on with more Link's Awakening HD or Link's Awakening Remake or whatever for our timeline playthrough today. Our 5th out of 15 games that we're going to be able to stream. Take a rip out of the bowl and we'll continue onwards. So, yesterday we started. Yesterday we also did the first 2 temples, or dungeons, so Bottle Grotto and Tail Cave. So today we're going to be continuing on. Alright, Lord of the Master Sword, I'll toke another one. How you been, bud? You been doing alright? And the pond's not glowing, so there's not going to be a cheap or anything rare. So let's refresh the pond, see if something rare spawns in or not. Just ripping a couple myself, relax before work, enjoying some sweet Link's Awakening. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Man, I need that pond to glow so I can get like Cheep and Blooper and all these other fish that I need. But I'm not gonna spend the whole day trying to make that shit spawn. If it spawns, it spawns. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Ah, well, I'll have to come back for fishing. So I think what we should do now is, because we have the power bracelet, we can now do a little bit more exploring. Like, we've already been to Martha's Bay and the house, so we don't need to go back down there. There's nothing over here by Tail Cave. Here in town, nothing to what we can get yet. I feel like that's going to be 3, if I'm remembering correctly, so we need to get the key for that, which I feel is down here. Was that Ulria Plain? Or am I getting that mixed up with that anyway? But yeah, let's do a bit of exploring, just to see what else we can get. Because we can go up here towards the Windfish now. Probably do a couple things with Dompe. But realistically, I'm thinking whether it's the middle section or the top section, we're gonna have to start heading out east. So let's do that. I still need 980 roots for that goddamn bow. But you know what? We'll do the trendy game again. Just to get another 50, why not? Before we do, let me make sure I get, like... Yeah. But yeah, Lord of the Master Sword, just hanging out. You're ripping a couple bowls before work, bro. I'm not gonna say that I went to one of my previous workplaces baked as fuck. I will not confirm or deny that I went to one of my previous workplaces baked as fuck. Because, you know, I had a really good couple of bowl rips before work at the time. I totally didn't, you know, a couple of years ago, while walk into my night job, baked as fuck, restocking the island shells and like literally the night of March 2nd, 2017. I go to I go to one of the stores that I have to help reset because the company I was working for at the time was a lower this just a tad. I didn't realize that was so loud. The company I was working for at the time was a third-party stocking and reset company for places like, oh, you know what? No, let me raise that just a tad. But yeah, no, so the company I was working for was a third-party stocking and reset company. We'd go to grocery stores, we go to places like Walmart, Meijer, just tons of places like that, and we'd restock, you know? And Laura the Master Sword says, well, I work midnights too, so technically the plan is Toad sleep till tonight. Yep. What up, Necros? Yeah, he is. So essentially, this company I would work for, in the middle of the night, we'd have to work with their stocking team because 9 times out of 10, the place didn't, you know, have a good stocking team, or they were really behind or something like that. Essentially what I'm getting at is, this company, I come into work baked as fuck in the middle of the night with basically my late brother-in-law who didn't, you know. Oh, that's Richard. Okay, I thought Richard was in Fire Emblem, but no, he's in here. That's right. What am I getting on with? Jesus, gotta think. I gotta train my thoughts. So essentially, I walk into one of these stores that we do midnight resets for, right? And it's March 2nd, 2017. This is the first time I've ever walked into any of my jobs baked as fuck. And again, don't do that. Do not do that, because your boss, your coworker, someone will find out. No matter how stealthy you think you are, you're not. No matter how much you think you can de-smellify or whatever, you can't. And so I'm baked as fuck, restocking the cheese in their dairy section with my late brother-in-law, who, again, he's baked as fuck. We're both really fucking baked, and we're restocking the cheese in the dairy section in their grocery. And midnight comes around, or like close to midnight. It's like 11:45 at night. And my boss walks up. He's like, hey guys, you done with the cheese? And we're like, yeah, we're done with the cheese. We're about to go get ourselves a soda before we're asking you what we have to reset next. He's like, well, go get yourselves a drink or whatever, because this is going to be our one and only time working in the tech department. And I'm like, oh? We kind of turn to each other confused. We got our sodas. We walk all the way to the tech department. And there's literally like the manager of the store, the regional manager in charge of the district, and there's someone in like this suit, and I'm thinking, oh, that's the head of the company. No, that was...
Here is your bucket in which to shit.
that wasn't the head of the company. That was a Nintendo representative. Red tie and all. So the Nintendo representative took the entire store staff, and at this time it was one of those stores that could be open like 24/7, right? It was like a Walmart or Meijer kind of thing. And at this point, they had to close down the store for us to restock, or actually stock for the first time on the shelves, Breath of the Wild and the Nintendo Switch. Yes, the first time I went to work baked as fuck was also the night that Breath of the Wild and the Switch was getting stocked and then released. It was a hell of a time because I got off work. I got Breath of the Wild for the Wii U instead. I literally went to the Walmart down the street where my buddy was working. I'm like, hey man, you got a copy of Breath of the Wild for the Wii U? He's like, yeah, because nobody wants it for the Wii U. And I'm like, okay, bet. I get it. I go home, get baked as fuck, play, you know, Breath of the Wild, and I took the rest of that weekend off. Because I was working that whole weekend. Oh, man. I have done that in the past, though. Some jobs aren't super demanding of the mind and body. It can be pulled off with bake, but with the current job, went risk for my others' safety. Oh, it's a forklift driver? Or, I'm guessing something that has to... Oh. Getting us a bunch. Oh, well, I already have a shovel. You want me to get the golden leaves from the castle? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Richard. Castle is 10 minutes. Sure. I thought there was bomb on the wall, but yeah, no. Some places are really restrictive on that. Some of them they just don't give a fuck. I guess it's ultimately up to the job. Because I've been working at places in the past that I even ask them up front, I'm like, hey, is cannabis use going to be a problem? Because I'm just going to have to be up front with you before you hire me. I smoke cannabis to help out my back, my knees, and I'm autistic. I have fully functional adult Asperger's. They're like, no, that's not going to be a problem. And I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, you going to be doing it during work? I'm like, no. No, fuck no. Unless my job description says that I can or it is part of my job. They're like, okay. Like, yeah. Like, I'm not just gonna fucking toke up in the middle of work. What kind of schlub do you take me for? Oh? Oh. Oh. Hey! I knew there was something there. Goddamn secret shell looking motherfucker. So this one I think is 3. Not really sure, can't remember. Oh yes, the flying mushroom boys. And their explosive poops. Oh yeah, they poop out bombs. Other than that, yeah. 5 minutes that way. I mean, you're telling me it took us 5 minutes to get from Richard's place to here? I highly doubt that.
Watch out!
Yes, hello, dear. Again. There you go. Let's talk to old man Orira. Orira. I just a rotary phone though. Like, so for Colent to have a rotary phone, that would mean that either Link or the Windfish has seen one or knows what a rotary phone is. And that's my complaint, because the entire island of Colent is a dream that became real, as we see with the ending's, you know, theme. And the Windfish and Link apparently are sharing their consciousness and their memories together. So I'm just sitting here like, how the fuck are phones a thing? That's exactly right. Especially here in Canada, it's pretty well accepted that over 50% of any labor force here is likely baked or gets baked in their own time. 9 out of 10 employers don't care so long as you're working on it. Yep, that's the same here in the States in some cases. Like, a lot of warehousing and a lot of, like, distribution don't care as long as you're not doing it on shift. If you do it on break, that's a gray scale, because it ultimately depends on your tolerance, but also depends on if you can get your work done. Agreed. But yeah, no, I don't know how a rotary phone could be possible. I don't know. Oh, actually nailed it. Forklift operator for the past year. Yep. No, like when you said that you work nights and that you say that you know that your job would be a goddamn danger at that point if you were baked as fuck at work. That's immediately my first thing. I'm like, oh, he's gotta work in warehousing, and it's gotta be like forklift at that point. Either that or mezzanine heavy machinery. So is it like a regular forklift, or is it one of those cherry picker forklifts? Which I don't mean like a cherry picker that has like the extendo neck and then the controls inside the basket. I mean like it's a forklift where it looks like a normal forklift, but there's an additional lever slash button, and it extends the cab upwards into the air, upwards of about 50 to 60 feet up in the air above the ground. I won't say what business I worked at had that, but I did work on one of those and immediately said, yeah, I'm not working in one of these extendo forklifts. I'm probably going to work in your outbound section at that point, and probably outbound packaging and shipping, because I will not be in the air like that. To my knowledge, this company still has those extendo forklifts, and I don't see how they're fucking safe at all. Like, one good breeze could probably fucking push them over and badly hurt or kill the operator inside the cab, and it fucking pisses me off. Because there was a safety meeting one year when I was working there, and they're like, oh yeah, everybody's accepted all the safety. I don't know. Worked for a couple of companies that had those, but the one I drove around is just a standard forklift. Oh, yep, the old pro painters. Yep. That's what my stepdad worked on. That's what Papa Wolf worked on back in the day. So he used to be forklift. So the one stick, one button maneuver. Hey. I can't push that down. Oh, but I can push that over. Aha! Think smarter, not harder. Yep. Just had to look at it, just to be safe. Oh, son of a bitch. Nice. Nice. Around here, secrets are nigh. No shit. So secrets are near. Not that one. No. Not that one. Not that one. Yes! There it was. Secret seashell. And it's a good thing that we're doing this timeline run of 15 out of 20 Zelda games, because at this point, I can now actually say, like, through all this timing, like I've been asked the question in the past, Oaf, what's your favorite 2D Zelda game? And I always have to kind of beat around the bush and not answer, because if you guys want the honest truth, I don't have a favorite 2D Zelda game. I really don't. Yeah, my first Zelda game was Ocarina of Time. It was my parents' copy on their 64. But that was my first Zelda game I played. That and Majora. I never beat Majora until, you know, live on stream a couple of years ago. still interesting. But I've played it multiple times and never beat it until, like I said, on stream. Work point. Nice. What am I getting at? You son of a bitch. But like when it came to 2D Zelda, growing up I had access to Zelda 1 and 2 on the GameCube because the Zelda Collector's Edition, you know, disc that has Zelda 1, 2, Majora's Mask, and Ocarina of Time all together on one disc with the Wind Waker 20-minute demo and like Zelda retrospective at that point. But growing up, I played Link to the Past on the Game Boy Advance and Link to the Past on the SNES here on the Switch. I've played Link's Awakening now twice, as in the remake. I still haven't played the original format on the Game Boy here on the Switch yet. I played Minish Cap as a kid, but never beat it until as an adult now. I did not have Phantom Hourglass, but I had Spirit Tracks. I beat that. It was okay. I have Four Sword Adventures. Honestly, if I had to say what my favorite, like, 2D Zelda game is, it's probably either Four Sword Adventures on the GameCube or maybe Link's Awakening here on the Switch. I don't know. Still thinking about that rotary phone. Is it technically more impressive than Sheikah Slate? Teleportation, creating ice blocks, stopping time, lifting metal, all that is super impressive, don't get me wrong. But direct communication between points is pretty valuable. Imagine Hyrule at war, Zora Domain gets attacked. Instead of sending for help, they just call the castle. Yeah. You could even call up the nearest guard station or outpost or something, like, for reinforcements. I agree. It's like, you're on the money with that, LotMS, that, yes, the Sheikah Slate, in real world, you know, looking at it from a real world perspective, the Sheikah Slate could be super fucking useful for a lot of things. It's ice blocks for really just arid areas on Earth that need, you know, the cooling off, and like everything with the Sheikah Slate could help humanity in the real world, from crops to production to just ways of life and everything in between. But now you gotta think about this. In a land where magic and all of this stuff is just fairly common, and we don't have that in our world, but we have phones, you can see the inverse. It's like phones and rotary phones aren't very impressive to us here in the real world, but I bet you it would be like one of the coolest things in Hyrule, in the Zelda series, you know? What's up, Rotus? Kind of like how in the inverse, rotary phones aren't really that cool anymore, but if the Sheikah Slate existed in real life, everybody would want it. Oh, we can now give you bananas. Okay, good. I'll talk to you in a moment, Kiki. Good afternoon, Rotus. Hope you're doing well, my dude. A piece of power. There you go. Yep, Mrs. Oaf is in the chat, technically in the background, just playing Link's Awakening here and having a good time, shooting stars, screaming across the sky. Oh my god. Hey, Kiki, get banana. Look at all those monkey asses. Because on the Game Boy, you kind of get like a shading for monkey ass, but here they just straight up gave him a red ass. Monkey business done. Bye-bye. I got a stick. Stick monkey left behind. You take it. So the stick... Let's see. Who gets the stick? Gets the stick. Gets the stick. Because before we go get those gold... you know what? Let's get the gold pieces. Fuck it. Actually... No, before we do the castle... Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Just hanging out, like I said, playing some, I was surprised. I'll tell you a secret. If you see a weird bowl by itself in the middle of a cave, sprinkle some magic powder onto it. Pretty good joke on that thing lives in there. What? Empty bowl. Oh, I think I get it. You motherfucker. Start to poke at dungeon wall. Yeah, I know the bomb technique. God damn. Spirit of the mansion. Been waiting for... This isn't a mansion. This is a shell. Find the secret shells. Ultimate sword. Try standing with lots on the platform. I got 10. Oh. Oh. That's our first gift, and that's already a lot. I mean, maybe we have 11? Piece of heart. Let's go. Huh. How many is in the game? Like 50? Maybe 50? Something like that? So we gave it the 13 we had, so it was 13. Oh, that's why it was so close. Swear there are monkey howls and noises in the foreign region of Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom. I really thought that would be a Tears of the Kingdom after I realized it was just... Yeah, that's what I also thought, because what you can hear in Faron is monkeys, you can hear certain kinds of birds that aren't in the game. It's like... Taryn, what the fuck are you doing next to that beehive? Hey guys, a nice stick. Can I borrow it for a sec? Yeah, a nice stick, man. I borrow it for a second. Yeah, sure, Mario. Take the stick. Why are you poking a beehive, though? Aaron, you fucking idiot. Honeycomb, nice. Not sure how it happened, but take it. Nice. Try to fuse them together, it didn't work. Yeah. But yeah, LotMS, so my thing is, if there was a couple of things I would put into a third